I see a lot of times people get really excited and they want to make business cards and they want to make their own flyers and they want to make their own everything. And those tools are effective and they can be very useful for you, but don't mistake that activity for productivity. So what we're going to go over the next few minutes is productivity. It's going to be the activities that are income producing, and that will start building your bonus income as well as your residual income.
Customer acquisition leads to team building, which leads to team training, which leads to more customer acquisition, and it's just a beautiful cycle that keeps continuing. So key number one is obviously customer acquisition. We want to get you qualified. We also want to help you get 30 points in your first 30 days so you can become an executive team trainer and potentially hit your quick start bonus. And we also want to help you get 75 points in your first 60 days so you can become an executive team leader and maximize your residual incomes and receive a higher bonus as people are getting sponsored on your team. So the sources of your customers, first is going to be yourself for multiple reasons, which we'll explain, and then everyone else. And you're going to want to schedule a launch meeting or watch this video within 24 hours of getting started. You can see this at theresidualteam.com/launch. Now, if you remember, we referred to those customer points you had to be able to hit the positions and also receive a higher residual income. This is kind of a cheat sheet for you. It's also on the back of your Building Your ACN Customer Base document. Go ahead and pause the video if you'd like and write down the different phone numbers and also their point values. So as you're sharing what you're doing with people, you're actually able to track what you're doing and work toward your goal of hitting your 75 points.
I'm sure you can agree that a community of people all working together to support each other's economies can do so much more good than each of us working month to month, living week to week, just trying to survive and make it every month and pay the bills every month. So no matter what capacity people are partnering with you, whether they be a customer, you're helping them to get financial relief, and they're helping your economy by helping to generate an additional revenue stream for you, as well as if they become business partners because they're helping you to build your organization and build your distribution, and you're helping them build a residual income as well by supporting them and working together to accomplish more. So keep that in mind as we're acquiring customers, that it really is not about savings and it's not about sales. It's really about relationships, and it's about a group of people working together and supporting each other and helping each other out. And that's the philosophy behind everything that we do. And I'll tell you something, if you want massive success in ACN, if you really want this to create some type of dramatic change for you and your family, find a way to serve the masses, because that's what's going to create that for you. So what I highly recommend as you're learning this process of getting customers is to do it yourself first. Number one, it will help you save money on the services that you're already paying for every single month. Number two, you'll be able to make money off of the services that you're already using every single month. And number three, you'll gain more confidence and you'll gain more motivation as you go through these processes yourself. And I think sometimes our mind or our expectations can be our biggest enemy, and they can cause us to procrastinate and they can cause us to hesitate. So by doing your own services, you eliminate that excuse right off the bat, and you realize this is really simple, this is really beneficial. It gives you more confidence and a better posture as you're approaching other people about our services, because you already know what to expect because you've experienced it yourself. So go ahead and go to your online survey link and watch the video. When I first got started, that was my biggest fear, was having to try to explain to people what I was doing. It was kind of silly when I first started. I was like, hey, will you help me, pay your bills through me? And they would get so confused. And so I had to learn the hard way, but lucky for you, we have our online survey now. So literally all we do is we just approach people and ask people to help us build our customer base, and we'll be able to help them at the same time and have them fill out an online survey for you. So by walking through it first yourself and watching the very simple basic video that the company has provided for us that explains exactly what you're doing, then you'll know what others can expect as you send this link out and get it into other people's hands. And also walk through the process of answering the questions. Now, it's a very detailed survey, and not all the fields are required. So I always tell people, just answer it to the best of your knowledge, like it's just going straight to you. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if something's a little bit off. It's just your friends and family, so it's not that big of a deal. But we wanted it to be as detailed as possible, because the more information that you can get, the more it helps you identify where people are overspending, and also be able to offer something with a better value for them, something that's more beneficial for their situation and their circumstances. So go ahead and fill that out yourself, analyze your own services, and become your own customer first. And then we're also going to build a list of at least 100 names. Now, a lot of times that intimidates people, but I want you to remember that we're not calling 100 people. All we're doing is talking to a lot of the people that have had influence in our lives. So friends, family members, colleagues, co-workers, church members, people that you do business with, people from your past maybe that you went to school with, or family friends. Those are the type of people that we want to approach. And people a lot of times ask me, well, why do you want me to go to my friends and my family first? And you really don't have to if you don't want to, but what I found is that they're very supportive and they want you to have more for your family, and they want you to do well. It's really good learning process for you to work with the people that you really care about and that care about you, and to help them first. And you're learning these processes as you go, and that gives you a nice base of learning. At the same time, these are the people that are closest to you, and they're probably people that will send you referrals as well, because they'll want to help you grow that customer base. The first step is just to start a conversation with people. Always know what your goal is. Don't just start posting links and blasting people about saving them money. A lot of people are going to think that your account got hacked, and they're just going to completely disengage and tune out to what you're trying to do. So just subtly let them know you're making a transition, you're making a shift, some of the new stuff that you're involved in, and get them excited and get them on your team promoting for you. There are two ways that we do this. Number one, you can let them know either you started a business or you took a position with a company and you need help building your customer base. And you can even let them know why you want to build a residual income for yourself. Like, for example, I was working 2 full-time jobs, and I had a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old at the time, and I hardly ever saw them. And I think a lot of times we justify in life by saying we don't want more, but it's just because we don't believe we can go get more. And that's where I was. I had just kind of accepted that that was my lot in life until I found ACN and found that there was a better way and a better plan. And so when I was contacting the people that I cared about most, that also care about me, I just let them know I found a way out of the restaurant and I really need help growing my customer base. And will you do me a huge favor and take a look at what we're doing, and then we can see how we can help each other out. And it really was that simple.
There really is no script that works for everyone. You just need to identify what fits you the best and also what fits the person that you're talking to the best. The second is the promotion approach, which is just, hey, I took a position, I'm just a few customers away from a major promotion that will really help me out right now, but I have to qualify tonight by midnight. Would you do me a huge favor and become my customer? This is so important. It would really make a big difference for me and my family. We've even had people that are trying to hit their quick start bonus and say, hey, I need to get 30 points. Will you let me take a look at where you are so I can see what services will help me get to that 30 points so I can get this promotion that I'm working toward, or this bonus that I'm trying to hit. And another approach we use that I love is the charity approach, where we just simply tell people, hey, I'm working on a project that's feeding kids here in the United States, and I'm really proud of what we're doing. Would you do me a huge favor and help us create a meal? This is so important. It would really make a big difference for me and many other families.
A lot of people have questions, and that's where you can just tell them, well, I'm going to send you the link to an online survey that I have, and there's a 1.5-minute video there that will answer any questions that you have. And that way it takes that pressure off of you trying to explain. There were several people that I was afraid to approach to ask them to be my customer for that one reason alone, because I was afraid they were going to ask me a question that I didn't know how to answer. So what's nice is we have this online survey so that if they do ask you a question, you can say, that's a great question. There's a 1.5-minute video that will explain what I'm doing and how it's not only benefiting me and my family, but how we're actually making a great social impact here in America. And just send them the link and let them watch the video. And then if they have questions from there, I'll tell you a little bit later on in this webinar how to address that. But once you've ask them for a favor and ask them to take a look at what you're doing and see how you can help each other. You send them the link. They're going to fill out the survey and press submit. The results will go straight to you and nobody else. And what you'll do is get with your leader, or you can even just do this by yourself. You could just go to your online store. You could see what they're currently paying, and you could see what we're charging and the prices and packages that we have for our different services. And then when I call them back, it's very simple for me. I just straight up tell them, hey, I have great news. I was able to review your survey. I'd love to go over what I found with you. And so I don't tell them anything specific. You can use whatever you feel most comfortable saying. I know different people are different, but I just like to get on the phone with them and get them connected to these different companies right away. I don't want to be asked questions on the pricing, and I don't want to be asked questions on the packages because all that information's online. So what I want to do is just get back in contact with them and let them know, hey, I found out that we could help you with your TV and your cell phone and also your home security. I'd love to get you on the phone, and they'll give you a customized quote. So that's the method that we've been using to get customers. Once again, I'm huge on the Project Feeding Kids cause in the initiative. I truly believe that it is a way that every single household and business in America can contribute to really an epidemic, as there are 17 million hungry children every single day. So I always let people know, hey, by supporting me and by helping me build this for my family, you're also helping us to feed hungry children here in America. At acncompass.com, there's a certificate that you can print out. You can write their name on, and you can even give them a certificate. I love to use social media to thank people. Thank you so much for helping us feed kids. You're the best. Hashtag Project Feeding Kids, whatever it may be. There are more examples of language that you can use, Facebook guidelines, as well as another one called the Handbook, which is just really in-depth, about 15 pages of just language and ideas, and it's for people that really want to learn more faster. So go ahead and check that out.